Hi there, Sandra here from Create in Spain. Today I thought I'd have a bit of fun with some vinyl. I have some really cheap and cheerful vinyl in black, and I have cut out a design in the vinyl and just weeded it. So I didn't want a plain black bit of vinyl. What I wanted was colour shifting stuff. Now, I have colour shifting paints. This is one of them. It's designed for an airbrush, but you can use it without an airbrush, it doesn't matter. Now, the trouble is with colour shifting paints, aside from the fact you have to shake them a lot, is that they only really show up on black really, really well. And the problem is with putting paint onto a lot of card is it gets wet. And the card can sometimes end up warping, which isn't a good look. So I thought I would see if it's possible, because these are acrylic paints, to apply them over some black vinyl and see what the effect is. Now the one I have here is a Vallejo one, green, blue, violet. All I'm going to do is to put some of it on here and pick it up with a blending brush. I've got quite a small brush here, and so I'm going to pick it up and pop it on here. Now, being an acrylic, it should theoretically stay on the vinyl. Quite often, if you're doing cards for men, it's the backgrounds that really make the difference. If you're not doing such fancy cards, oh yeah, that's definitely purple. If you're not doing really fancy cards, just adding something different for a background makes such a big difference. Now, it's important if you're using acrylic paints, even thin ones like this, that you do clean your brush properly afterwards. So, don't just set it to one side and expect it to be fine the next time you want to use it. Okay, so all that is covered in various colours. Can't really see it too well at the moment, but I'm just going to leave that to dry and clean my brush off. This has had about an hour or so to dry. I wouldn't say it's totally and utterly 100%, but it's dry to the touch. So I thought I would try transferring it to a piece of white card using normal contact paper. Now, this has been used several times before, so it's only just tacky. It may or may not work. Let's have a look. See if A, it will pick it up, and B, whether it will transfer it without losing the paint, because I really don't know. Now, this particular vinyl has not got a very strong adhesive on it. It's cheap and cheerful, and I don't know how well it would do this if you were using a quality vinyl. So this is the cheap and cheerful variety. Okay, so it's come off of there, which is one thing. So can I actually transfer it? Now, you don't want to use a really sticky transfer tape. It'll not be very clever because half the paper will come off on your transfer tape. It's actually worked. And the paint is staying on there. So that's good. The technique worked really, really well. So I don't know how well that shows up on camera. So there we are. That's the effect that you get. It's a great paint to use if you use it on a very dark surface. To make this one into a card, I've simply cut it down to size, put it onto a card base. Now I have two of these things which are identical in size, so I'm going to use the one that I don't want, put it in there, and I've got some ink here, and just going to do around the outside of it, just a bit of a shadow there. And this one I am going to raise up on some foam and then pop that where the other one was. We just have a little bit of a shadow around it just to bring it forward that much more. And there we have a very, very simple card made with something you might not have considered suitable that you probably already have in your stash.